Hello there. Welcome to another episode of the Contractor Click Podcast. Your host, Danny Barrera, here with my amazing, beautiful partner, Maddie Barrera. How's it going?
It's going great. I'm so happy to be here.
Excited for this one.
Excited for this is gonna be a good one. I feel it. I know it.
You know it because we've did it. We did it always.
This is the second time we recorded.
Share the story. What happened, right?
Well, we already recorded this podcast and we finished it, and I'm like, wow, this is one of the best ones we've ever recorded. And then when we realized, when we took it to the computer, we only recorded me talking. So
that's right. So now we gotta get back, and it happens when you create content. You know, there's going to be those instances where you got to do it over. And to me, I take it as that was a practice for what we're going to deliver here. And I believe that this is going to be much cleaner, better delivery. And if you're listening to this podcast episode, we want to address something that's been coming up here this year more than the last couple of years here, which is?
Well, I get a lot of this question right now. Maddie, I'm showing up to do all these estimates. I have a sales process in place. I have automations that, follow up with the lead, etc. But people are just not buying.
People are not buying. They're not
just not buying.
Pulling the trigger.
They're not pulling the trigger.
And I love that because it reflects upon what the sales process is. And we talk about the before, during, and after unit of a business. And when we start having this conversation about what can we do possibly, every sales trainer out there has their own methodology on how to lean in and ask for the sell. What I want to have you consider where marketing really plays a big part here is in helping you and not put all the pressure on the closer, but rather assist you throughout the entire process. So one of the things that we discussed was how do we get the individual that's setting the appointments, whether it's the call center, admin assistant, CSR, whatever you want to call this individual, whoever is setting the appointment for the sales conversation, what are they doing in this conversation to prepare and get the homeowner excited about the possibility of getting their home remodeled, their closets done, their concrete coating floors installed, their pool deck done, their new driveway. What can we do to add the keyword here? If you're listening to this podcast, you want to understand this one word. It's called urgency.
Yeah.
How do we add urgency on a service that in home improvement, is it a necessity?
No, it's not a necessity.
More often than not,
it's
not.
It's more often
In some
than
instances,
not.
there
You
is.
can
There's a
take
necessity.
it and you can say, well, this is a necessity. You have to make it better by adding this coating, resurfacing your garage, or you have to add order to your life by organizing your closet with a new closet system. Yeah, you can add some sort of oh, this is necessary, but really, it's not something you need to . It's not like when your AC breaks and you live in Florida.
Oh.
Or your toilet's flooding and
if the light is out, right, and the AC is not working, I mean, you need it right now. There's urgency. You have no option other than just to make sure you pull the trigger and you find the appropriate individual to do it. So let's have this conversation, and we're going to address the home improvement, interior and exterior home improvement contractors out there. So whether you're selling a lower ticket item or a more higher ticket item, luxury, how do we bring urgency in the process and make it so that it's not this high pressure, which we've seen as well, ultra high pressure, if you don't buy today, you're going to die, etc. type of sales process. Instead, you become the go-to individual where people appreciate the journey and the experience with you. And it starts in the beginning. So if we just take a step back here and we analyze what is it and who and how is it that this individual came to the conversation of having a conversation with one of our clients, which is the appointment setter. What mechanism brought them here? Where does it all start? It starts at the ad level. It starts you getting found.
At the visual.
At the visual level.
Of the ad level.
And the visual levels, we have video and graphics. Can you speak a little bit more into how important is the creative in today's day and age?
So I've had this conversation quite often this week and last week. I believe that if you're running a home improvement business in 2026, videos, real videos with you in it, videos of the homeowner, videos recorded well they have to be a necessary, important, urgent part of your 2026 marketing plan. If you don't have your business plan, not even
we're
marketing,
making it a requirement.
Your business plan, you have to have it.
Anyone who wants to partner with Contractor Click, if you're going to be working with us in any capacity, we're running advertising for you. Either we're going to send someone out there or you're going to have the commitment of sending us footage. Why? Because we've noticed it's a clear difference. I mean, it's night and day. You have content that's being put out there from your socials, from your social media, but also think about the content that people are seeing. And an example to this is, just going to give you an example that we live here at Contractor Click. We don't tell you to do stuff that we don't actually do for ourselves or our clients. Is how do we improve our visual? Which we have a couple of short films that we've invested in ourselves at Contractor Click. And some of them are like 60-second films. One of them is our why at Contractor Click. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you can see our why. And it talks about my story. It talks about our story. Hey, what is it that inspires us to move forward? And my fondest memories as a child when I used to get in my dad's pickup truck. That is a differentiator. Anytime I share that specific video with a prospect before they hop on a call, what's the conversation like?
Yeah, it's totally different. That's the thing that's it's a mindset. Why? Because we're not the cheapest out there.
We're not.
We're great.
Are we for everyone?
We're not for everyone.
We actually say no a lot to
but you
a
know
lot
what?
of prospects.
If you're in that place in that business where you don't want to just take everyone and anyone, then you need to position yourself and you need to show up like you're not the cheapest out there.
And the follow-up to that is I truly encourage each and every one of you who's looking for a marketing partner, go and do your research, your due diligence. Go and research the companies and see who's behind the actual brand. In most cases, you go to their YouTube channel, there's like 1 follower here, 3 followers there, a video from 20 years ago. And that's who you're entrusting to actually help you drive the creative efforts forward. You got to ask yourself some questions. Are they equipped to truly drive me forward? And it's a reality. It's a reality that we see and we witness for ourselves. So anyways, there's another one called Our Heroes. Our Heroes is a connecting video. And why are we creating those pieces of content? Is because when I look at sales conversion, and then if you're driving here, you might want to just make sure you give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying this content here, but subscribe to our channel or subscribe and follow us on Spotify and Apple, because we're going to continue this conversation here in the next couple of episodes. I want you to serve more customers. I want you to show up with confidence, and every time that you're implementing 1 or 2 of these tips here and you're seeing results, you give us some feedback here because it works. So how is it that you can apply this now? Again, we talked about creatives, better videos, and strategic videos. It can't be just anything.
Right.
We've leveraged different systems where in some instances we're kind of leveraging AI to help us out. It works, but we've noticed that real humans outperform AI videos.
Absolutely. And also, I want you to think about your client's journey when you're thinking about the value and the importance of video. If I see a Facebook ad and it attracts my attention, I'm going to go search the Facebook page. And if there's nothing on the Facebook page, no videos, or poorly recorded videos, or like just graphics here and there, I'm going to assume that you're not a real business.
Or you're not caring as much about.
You don't care about like posting your work and who you are and what you do. So there has to be that, I don't want to say entertainment, but there has to be a little bit of that entertainment factor in your brand too, with videos, to attract the people that are going to commit to you. Because today you really have to work for that committed person, and it's not just like, oh, I'm just going to throw some ads out there and show up for an estimate and hope that I get it, or my product is so good that I'm going to get it. You got to have that commitment of like showing up on social media and showing up with videos and footage so that you can create trust before you even get into the door.
That's the key word. So let's talk a little bit more and elaborate on that. So you've got someone to submit their information. They're interested from the ad. Now, there's a lot of different ads. Some ads are offer-based. Get $500 off. We're looking for 100 homeowners in the area to install whatever. We have a special program going on. Look, there's mechanisms to get someone to opt in, right? We're not going to address that here in this conversation. I want to talk about how to improve the sales and the closing percentages. What happens when someone gives that prospect and that lead a call? And what I notice is the majority of contractors, we have clients from under $1 million, north of $10 million. And what we notice is the guys and gals that are playing at a bigger level, they just consistently do the stuff that is, in many cases, very basic, but it just moves the needle forward and helps them close more jobs. So one of them is assignment selling. And the premise of assignment selling is I'm going to give the prospect something to do, a piece of homework, so that by the time I show up at the door and have the sales conversation, they are already prepared to have the conversation. And some of the things that we need to address when it comes to getting a homeowner to buy is getting them to feel a sense of urgency. Why now? Why is this important now? Now, the thing is, if we're talking about concrete coatings, hey, what's the necessity of getting that done in September when I just shopped around to get all my kids back to school and putting my kids to college? Where is the urgency on that? Now, in order to build urgency, you got to know what's important to that individual. So the conversation is when you're treating this lead here, and I'll just share a couple of the script variations here of what you can say and what you can start doing here to get that homeowner to start feeling a sense of urgency. One of them could be like, hey, Mrs. Johnson, let's talk to Ms. Johnson right here. So I have you here for Wednesday at 5 p.m. Just confirming here, is it going to be just you or your husband going to be as well so that you can look at all the design ideas we're going to be bringing here? Okay, great. Well, so I'm going to schedule you with John. Now, John is our most amazing design consultant. You put him on a pedestal. And in fact, he owns a puppy. Are you cool with puppies? You got a puppy in there? Okay, amazing. What's the name of the puppy? Okay, great. You build the report. Great. Yes, you got to build rapport. We're in the human business. Okay, great. Well, do me a solid. When you see John, ask him about his puppy Charlie, and you guys will have a great conversation. I'm sure you're gonna love him. Great, amazing. And by the way, I do have just one assignment here for you. Do you have something to write this down with? And I'll send you an email as well. I just want to make sure you don't miss it. And what I need you to do is to go over, and then this is the assignment piece. It could be a video. It could be a landing page on the website. It could be the thank you page on the website. It could be a gallery page that you are having the homeowner start to build some design ideas so that they can get clear about what they want. And this is tapping into their desires, into their motives, into, hey, it's getting them involved with their imagination, why this is important now. And Maddie, why do you think this is so important to do?
Because once you start designing your garage, you start to fall in love with it before you even get to my garage. And I start to think of all the possibilities and what now it doesn't become, now it's urgent because now I want it. Like now I realize, oh, you know what? That corner over there that has like the weights like on the floor, oh, I can kind of turn that into a home gym. And that's going to save me so much time and money because when it's cold outside, I don't have to go to the gym. I don't have to waste time. I can work out right from my garage. So now designing those things beforehand gives me that urgency and that desire to really want to get this done.
Versus, Mrs. Johnson, I got you here for 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. Good time, amazing. Your husband going to be there. Great. Awesome. Okay, we'll see you there. Thank you. Boom.
Right.
And a couple of text message reminders, email reminder. We're going to be there. Great. Thank you. Check us out on Google. Boom. Wash your hands.
Right.
So I want to get the individual involved in the conversation that it's going to be more for like a dialogue. So some of the tools that can help you out is one of them is the gallery page on your website. And don't just call it a gallery page. Call it something nice that's unique to you and your business. It could be an inspiration page. Every client likes to call it something differently, but something that you'd like to use and that you have on that email prepared, ready to go. And hey, Mrs. Johnson, I want you to go through the inspiration gallery and then see which style you're more likely to lean towards. And also start thinking about what you're going to be using the space for. Now, I want you to just don't rush through this. This is going to be an investment that you're going to make. Plant the seeds about the investment that they're going to be making for their homes. This is going to help you improve the value of your home. And you're going to get to design your dream floor and talk about pricing and get your quote right there instantly as you're going through that. Any questions? No problem. Awesome. I'm sending you an email. Can you do me a solid? When you receive the email, can you just tell me, reply with a got it? I just want to make sure you get it. Very important. Great. Amazing. They get the email. They have some assignment. And then what happens? The homeowner is now doing some due diligence. When they have something to do, they're invested in the process, which is what you touched on. What are some of the things that I also like to add in order to build urgency? And I'm going to pull up here something that we do for ourselves as well. And this is something that we love to do for our clients. Now map this out here. If you can look at this, help me hold it.
I love
Straighten
this.
it out. This is the journey to different program offerings that we have. Now, specifically right here, I have all the objections laid out, all the specific objections laid out. And what I want to do is create either a piece of content. It could be a blog post, it could be a video, it could be a podcast topic, whatever it is that helps you deal with that objection, right? People don't have the urgency on the need. How much is it going to cost me? How is this different than that other option? Someone can do it cheaper. What's your warranty? How come your warranty doesn't cover this? Whatever it is that comes through, I want to make sure that I provide that information beforehand, either on an FAQ of the website or whatever it is. Why do you think that's so important? And why do we encourage our clients to build their FAQs?
Because that way you have all the objections handled beforehand.
Frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here you go. You have an objection. Here you go. Here's the answer.
Yes. Yes. So that's just a small sample of the assignment selling. Something that we help our clients do here is just go through this process and slow it down and fine tune it. Because some of this actually needs a little massaging, right? Maybe the video didn't work out the way we expected, so let's try it in a slightly different way. And that's where the growth conversations come in with our team account managers, client success managers. So as you're closing the gap now, you're addressing the objections. What's next here? What's next is, let's talk about what happens before we show up at the home. Again, we've built value. They're invested in it. John picks up the phone, or Mike takes their phone out, sends a selfie video message. Hey, Mrs. Johnson, can't wait to see you. And I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm going to send you a text message before I show up at your home. By the way, I just wanted to put a face to the name here. Just make sure we're no strangers here. Just reply back, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you got this text message. That's the selfie video. What do you think that's going to do to the conversation?
I think that, as a homeowner, when I receive it, this has happened to me before with a moving company that I used.
Right.
When I got that video of the person that was coming to my house, I thought it was so different and so clever. And I'm like, oh, whoa, no one sends me videos like this. Like, this is a cool company. Like, when the person showed up, I'm like, oh, you're the guy in the video. Like, it almost like you're already in the door before you get in the door.
Build rapport. That's the whole point. You're no longer a stranger.
Yep.
If you want to create again, here's the thing. The bigger the price point, the more I would encourage you to craft this in an elegant way. An example would be creating a welcome video. If you sell tickets, or your average ticket is 30, 50,000, create a bio of that individual. Like, show them with their family what it looks like. That design consultant, you got to put them on a pedestal, because then the homeowner is going to trust them. And when it comes time to the conversation, they're going to know who they're having that conversation about the investment with. Much easier. So now we are at the sales conversation. There's something that happens here that we talked about, which is the big drop off we've noticed, especially with the smaller guys, after they've given an estimate or the quote, which is the follow up.
Yeah, you got to leave something for them to remember you by too. Like when you leave, you got to leave something for them to remember who you are, because they're getting multiple quotes from other companies, right? But if you leave something personalized with your face on it, your business, your mission, your values, who you are, why you're the best candidate to like serve them, that creates, oh, yeah, I remember this guy. I'm going to call this guy. Yeah, I've gotten like 4 or 5 different quotes. People are always going to remember like the tail end. So if you got there in the beginning, they might not remember you after the 5th quote, right? But if you leave something behind with your like face on it and your company on it and who you are and your team, then the homeowner, oh yeah, I remember these guys. These guys are the charming guys, the nice guys, the friendly guys. These are the guys that, the one that was, this guy is a firefighter, or this guy.
We have clients that's what happens to them all the time.
All the time. And then we just, you have that piece of content. And again, I've had people sell to me like this, and I've purchased from the person that left me behind the literature. And the literature can't be this is the thing. Today, yes, information of what you do is super valuable, but people want to connect with people. They don't want to connect with information. You can find information. You can chat GPT anything on your phone and find all the information in the world and go online and research videos. Like, people love to do research right now and all that stuff. But you know what's missing? That human factor. So if your literature has the human element to it, you win.
And you cover this in your book, The Click Factor. It's the human factor. You can't remove that out of the equation in the age of AI, where everyone is just trying to create just this very over perfection version of whatever it is that they're trying to sell. You know what? The best strategy is just to do the complete opposite of that, if that's what your competitors are doing, which is the human part.
Yeah, I want you to think about the way that television looks today. Right? Yes, people watch tailored, edited, beautiful things like series. But what do people really like to watch? Reality TV. Why?
Interesting.
Because people like to see people and like the realness of humans.
Yeah.
It's very intriguing.
Yeah.
So that has to live in your marketing, in your brand. You have to have that human factor. You have to.
The human factor. Following up, leaving something that they can actually remember you by, that adds value. It just reinforces. We've talked about having a book, being an author. What's the power of being an author? And should home improvement contractors write a book?
Absolutely, home improvement contractors should write a book. It is something that anybody can do. It is. It truly is. It just takes a little bit of organization and time. And it positions you to be an authority, because when you leave your book behind, the person that's going to get your home improvement service is going to feel like they're getting the home improvement service from the guy that wrote the book.
And that's it. So the question I have for you, how many of your competitors have actually written a book that's valuable? Don't just write a thin book that brings no value. No, it's educate the prospect on like the biggest problems, answer their biggest concerns and questions. Let them know about the different styles, what's trending, what's not, what's working in your neighborhood, what the number one most requested type of and style of installation is, the products that you utilize, the process and why, the people behind it and why that matters. And that's what the book can be about. And we're going to be holding a workshop for our clients in the Complete program, which is exciting. And you're going to be leading that specific conversation, cool. Which is awesome.
How to author a book.
How to author the book. It's going to set you apart. And if you're one of our clients here, just make sure you reach out to your client success growth partner and let them know that you're ready for your book. And we're going to help you out here and in getting you authored, published. It's going to be something that you're going to be able to sign and let the homeowner know, hey, Mrs. Johnson, by the way, I wrote this book to answer all of the questions that you have here. In fact, I'm going to sign it for you, put my personal phone number, any other questions, great, amazing. When you live that book and it just sits there on the table and now they're having a conversation over dinner and they've had an amazing experience, I can promise you this. If you've been struggling with closing clients and serving customers, and you've implemented on the before, the during, and the after, which is what we just talked about, you're going to see closing rates improve because they see you differently.
Because you're different. You're different.
Amazing. Anything else you want to add here for this episode?
No, I think this is a great episode. I really think that it's definitely something that's gonna, if you really take heed and you listen to what's in this episode, you will definitely stand out amongst your competitors 100%.
Yep. Hope you found this valuable. If you did, we are on a mission to serve 1,000 contractors, help them generate more leads, book more estimates, sell more jobs, but more importantly is grow into their bigger and better future. And if this message resonates with you and you are interested in having a conversation, find the website in the description. And most importantly, if you want to help out another tradesman just like you or tradeswoman just like you grow their business, the best way you can help us is by hitting that subscribe button. Give us a like, and then share this podcast episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.